Hello, welcome to the channel. Working on a new spread today. As usual, starting off by taping up my spine to protect the book from potential leakages. Lining my back pages with rough paper for protection. An old community magazine. Gonna use this text-filled spread here. Reading off all these straight edges. I'll just roughly size it into the page of my book. Doesn't need to be precise as it will be just a background. Made another one for the other page. So here's my white glue. Using my cheap silicone brush. The same for the second page. Using my white gesso next. Just a watery wash. Basically trying to push those texts to the back. Speed drying it with my heat gun. Using a purple acrylic paint. Just a little squeeze. My baby wipes. Gonna just try applying the color by kind of dabbing it. At times also swabbing it to fill colors more quickly. At this point, I'm bringing my second color, soft apple. Another little squeeze. Using the same baby wipe earlier, I'll try to fill in those uncolored areas. I'll also try to blend in the green on some parts of the purple to make it more cohesive. Time to dry them up. Moving on, I have this stencil I'd cut with my Cricut machine before, if you can see the pattern, like a tile pattern. Taking out my modeling paste. I'll just roughly apply it with my palette knife. Not trying to be precise at all. Another one at the bottom corner there. Dry it up. Next, I have this yellow and green acrylic paints I bought off Daiso. Little squeeze from each. Mix the two with an ice cream stick. Perhaps a little bit more yellow. Basically trying to make a darker version of my background green. Using a cheap bristly brush, I'll dab some on the top corner there. Spraying it with water to make it all runny. Really gotta make quick work with this. Dabbing off the pooling color there before it stains in. Drying it ASAP. Doing the same with the other corner. Oops! Don't want it dripping horizontally. Holding it upright to dry it. Time for a bit of splatter with the leftover paint. Dry, dry, dry. I have this set of clock's clear stamps. Gonna use all except the black one. My black archival ink pad by Zucchini Co. Placing the largest stamp on an acrylic block. Apply the ink. I'm going over it a second time to get a darker print. Taking a smaller clock. Again giving it a second print. No shame at not being too precise. Using the same size clock, I'm doing another print on the spine. Challenge definitely. Eventually took it off from the acrylic block and applied the stamp manually. Now applying the smallest clock in the set, cleaning off the ink on the start button. Gotta touch that up. My Speedball black ink. Gotta shake it first. Take out a bit of the ink with an ice cream stick. Using a cheap old bristly brush, I'll try to give the sides of the clock a bit of shadow, if you may. At this point, I didn't really know what I was doing. Was just winging it. They almost look like black comets to me. I'm really unsatisfied with the faces of the clocks. That's my white acrylic paint. So, coloring that in. Touching up the black border a bit there. Coloring them white pops them out better. Dry them up. So of course I have to re-stamp the clocks there. Dry the inks up. Then I thought they could do with some more splatters. With an old card, I'll dip the edge onto the black ink. To make some random lines. Next is this random dots rubber stamp I'd carved myself, using my black ink pad again. Dry up the inks. My collection of self-printed quote stickers in black and white with 2 different fonts. Gonna choose that. To make time for art, you have to believe it's possible to make time for art. Cutting it into parts. my matte medium by Winsor & Newton. Pasting the quote stickers first. Finally, applying the medium to secure them down. Taking out my ink pad again, with my Ranges blending tool, I'll give the bottom some shadowing. Take off the rough back papers, then trim off that protruding middle tape. And for the sake of splatters, let's just do some white ones. Dry it up. And I guess that's it. I can't say this turned out how I imagined it to be, but I guess I'll take it. Pretty like how it looks. Well anyway, thank you for watching guys. Hope you liked the video. Bye bye.